Welcome to day 3 of SEC Media Days. He is Todd Palmer. I'm Blair Kerkhoff.
Big sigh, Blair.
Big sigh, that's right. We're at the finish, almost at the finish line at SEC Media Days. This was Missouri's day in Hoover, Alabama. And we go into the day with story ideas and plans and features and columns.
Yeah.
And about 1 o'clock today, it all changed.
It did, and I feel bad for Charles Harris and Sean Culkin and Michael Shear and even Barry, who's making his debut here at SEC Media Days. And by the time they got up, all anybody wanted to talk about it was the fact that Mack Rhoades was resigning and becoming the vice president and director of athletics at Baylor, which is maybe one of the few programs that's had a worse year than Missouri. I mean, you know, when you think about everything that's gone on. So
we don't know the details of the of his contract at Baylor.
No.
Not yet. I guess we'll know that here soon enough.
Stunning, truly a stunning development.
Absolutely a stunner. Barry did know about it when he came down here. He was the only one in the Missouri traveling party who did know. He and Mack Rhoades had a conversation last night.
Yeah.
So Barry Odom and the players actually met with local Missouri media before they met the group, the big SEC group, and Barry didn't spill the beans there.
No,
that came out. It came about.
Thanks, Barry.
It came about an hour afterwards, after the meeting with the local reporters. So Missouri is now without an athletic director.
The assistant president is still interim.
Right.
The campus chancellor is still interim. They also have several provisional members of the board of curators, among them John Sunvold, who was appointed by Nixon in recent weeks, but they have to be confirmed in January, and Governor Nixon will no longer be Governor Nixon. So there's no guarantee that those board of curators will have a term beyond next January. So there's just a vacuum of leadership at the University of Missouri, which is ironic because the lack of leadership is kind of what put them in this position with some of the issues that happened with the racial protests on campus, back in the fall. And here they are, I mean, really in some ways starting at ground zero.
Yeah. I thought the players and Barry Odom handled the day about as well as they could have.
Yes.
And you'll read stories by Todd, myself, in the Kansas City Star about it, and see some video. Besides this, we've got video of the players floating around on kansascity.com. But I thought they did a good job under probably difficult circumstances.
Well, and I think Michael Shear summed it up pretty well when somebody asked him about, what do you think of him leaving, and he said, well, I wasn't even here long enough
got here.
to it's kind of a blip. He goes, I guess we got another interim now, and they do. Ren Baker, deputy AD, came from Memphis. Actually,
has been at Northwest Missouri State.
Had been at Northwest Missouri State as well, but has a relationship with Barry from their previous association at Memphis. Had been kind of Mack Rhoades' right-hand man. He's going to step in on an interim basis for the time being, and we're back to another national search for leadership at the University of Missouri.
I would think that Ren Baker would be a candidate for the job.
He should be. He absolutely should be. He's a rising star. The fact that he's got a relationship, he's been in charge of basketball, has a relationship with Kim Anderson, has a relationship with Barry Odom already, and those are your two biggest coaches that you have to manage in that position. I would think, I think you're still in some ways looking at the Mike Alden tree, guys like Whit Babcock at Virginia Tech. His name's certainly going to come up in this process. How
about John Sunvold?
John Sunvold's an interesting name. I mean, he's one of the guys they just named curator. The big issue there is, does John want the job? And I think that's going to be, quite honestly, an issue for whoever is going to make the hire. And I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know if they're going to try to get the chancellor and president in place before they go hire an AD, or because the board of curators is already in that process, I think, of trying to find a president. So it'll be interesting to see how the dominoes fall here, because, I mean, who does the AD interview with at this point? And who would want that job when you don't know who your bosses are going to be and what their commitment to athletics is or what their background is going to be? It's a difficult situation for the University of Missouri Athletic Department.
Seems like we say that a lot. That sentence a lot.
I have no clue what you're talking about, and my wife doesn't either.
So read about this and all the coverage of Mizzou athletics and SEC Media Days in the print editions of the Kansas City Star and online at kansascity.com.